Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. Thank you for joining me in my studio today. Just pulling up comments so I can see who's here. Although I know there's people here that don't leave comments, but welcome whoever is here watching. I'll just wait a second. Hello, Shannon. So, yesterday we played with the Whale of a Time suite and we made these two cards. This one with the underwater background with the turtles and some seaweed, and I did the greeting in vellum. And then we also did this window sheet card, and actually when I showed it to my husband he said, "Oh cool, it looks like an aquarium." It'd have to be a pretty big aquarium to have a whale in it, but anyways, I was impressed that he thought it looked like an aquarium. So we're going to make two new ones today, and we're going to be using the embossing folder. So just a reminder what products come in this suite. Just making sure that I don't think. Okay. So it's called the Whale of a Time Suite Collection. You can buy the whole suite for $88.50, or you can buy products separately. The Whale Done bundle is a punch, I love punches, and a stamp set. So that's part of the suite, and that's the bundle. And when bundles are introduced into the catalog the first year, they're always 10% off. So it's a good time to get the bundles the first time they're introduced into the catalog. And then there is also Whale of a Time sequins, which I don't have yet. And then there's the Designer Series paper. It's a little 6x6 pack, and it's beautiful. And I didn't do a little sheet sampler because I actually did not want to cut it up, because a lot of them are background pieces and I didn't want to wreck them. Then there's the Seabed 3D embossing folder. And I showed you that yesterday, and we're going to work with papers that have been embossed today. And there's the ribbon, and the ribbon is really, really pretty. It's sheer, it's pool party, and it's just really pretty. And it ties nice bows. You can see here there's, it looks like a quadruple bow or a triple bow. That's a lot of ribbon. And don't forget, in the catalog they have lots of samples of cards to inspire you. The one we're doing might look a bit like that one. Huh. Actually did not look at that one before. But we're going to do a little window sheet one. A little shaker card. This one's a window sheet one as well, looks like. Anyways, lots of good ideas in the catalog, so don't forget to look in the catalog for ideas. So we're going to do two cards today. We'll do this one second because it might be a little harder. Hi Cindy. So for this one, we're using Just Jade, one of the new in colors. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. But honestly, I just fold it over and then I fold it back. I don't score it unless it's really thick cardstock. And then I've gone ahead and embossed another piece of Just Jade. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have this adorable seahorse piece of paper that is 5 1/4 by 2. And then I have the two largest of the Stitched Shapes framelits dies. I use these all the time. They've been in the catalog for a while. And so I've used the large one, I'm pretty sure, for both circles in this case. And the other card I've used this one and the one below. And look at that saying, "You're kind of a big deal." Ah, I love it. It's so cute. Alright, so let's put our card together. This is an easy card. I've done this design lots of times before. I think I'll use my white glue because it is an embossed piece. Sometimes the embossed pieces, it's better to use the white glue because it gets right into the ridges, I find. So we're putting this right in the back. So it's going to cover the whole back. This embossing folder is so pretty, it's hard to cover up any of it. When it's just a textured one, it doesn't really matter when you cover it up, but this one, it's so pretty. It's very intricate. They did a really nice job on that. All right, then we're going to put our piece of paper on the front. That would be cute too. Oh my gosh, so hard to decide. Well, I wanted the seahorses, so we're going with seahorses. Although this would be really cute too. That's what's nice about the paper. It's so pretty, it's hard to decide what you want. So the trick here is to line up the top here. Doesn't really matter about the bottom, no one's going to notice, but I like to make sure the top is lined up. That's what's nice about the white glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room. All right, now this one is going to go on the inside, and then this one is going to go on the outside. And then we're going to add a bunch of stuff, because of course we're going to add a bunch of stuff. And I think we can go ahead and put this kind of right in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. So we'll layer that down. It's easier if you put your inside one in first and then just match it up instead of trying to match up the inside one when you're looking down on it. Now we have to remember that this one we only want attached on this side. So I think I'm going to use dimensionals to pop it up, just because. Now I just want to make sure my greeting is straight. It's actually pretty centered. I'm impressed with myself. I'm going to use some of these scraps of dimensionals that I have. They're perfect for this. And I think that should be enough. If I was traveling around the world, I might put a bit more on, but just looking to see if I checked to make sure I was putting it on where I wanted to. And I'm going to put it on, but I'm not going to press it really hard, just to make sure that I put my dimensionals in the right spot. Close enough. Otherwise, it's going to close down. That's going to bug me. So, a little surgery. That's what I was thinking I had done. I didn't look that closely to see where the edge was. I did, but I forgot about the greeting. Okay, we're good to go. I still have some rhinestones that I've colored with Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blends. And, wow, we got lots of people watching today. We've got our cute little whale, because you're kind of a big deal. And I'm going to pop him up, but I'm not going to put him on yet, because we have to add some things from our little tray. And thanks to Shannon, who's watching, she brought me over this little tray today, because I was just thinking this morning I didn't have anything to put my sea creatures in. So thank you, Shannon. Now, I've cut seaweed out of the smooth sailing dies. So there's one that's seaweed, and that's the one that I've used. And I've used it in, now this is going to be like a memory game. Pear Pizzazz, Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce, I want to say Just Jade, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. I think I got it. This one I stamped, and so one of the stamps is a little piece of seaweed. I stamped it and cut it out. So if you don't have this framelit, you can make your own seaweed. You can just cut out green paper and make seaweed. You'll also see I fussy cut a bunch of turtles, and we're going to use turtles in our next card, but I don't think I'm going to use turtles in this card. So let's just lay that over here. Well, let's grab some while we're here. So the card I've made is Just Jade. So I don't really think I want to do more Just Jade. I might want to go a bit darker. And it's kind of fun to have him hiding behind. And don't forget as well that you can cut this seaweed apart and make littler ones. Okay, I like that. I might put one of these over here. If you've watched my Facebook Lives before, you know I haven't made the card before, so it's a little bit of a game. Okay, I think those are the ones I want to use. Now, I think it'll be cool if the whale is kind of sneaking in behind the seaweed. We want to make sure that we're not going on top of the card, like outside of the card. And I like to use glue dots, but I did notice I'm running low on glue dots. And I use my little pokey tool to put the seaweed on. So I'm going to put that one there. I can go back and add another one, but let's just get it down for now. It's kind of fun to cut them apart. I think I'm going to like him there, behind the seaweed. And then these ones we'll put down maybe a bit lower. I could even put them down like that. Not sure. That looks too matchy-matchy to me. Alright, I'm going to put a glue dot here, and then I'm going to try and see if I can pop it up with a dimensional, because this little piece here might hide it enough that I could do that. So let's put this one here. And I'm going to put a dimensional. I'll use a little dimensional if I can find them. Because I don't want the dimensional to see, I don't want you to be able to see it. Okay, I think I can put two, but let me check. No, just one, and then a glue dot, I think. Okay, so let's try that and see if it works. Hi, Sue. All right. I lost my dimensional somewhere, which is weird. I might even be able to add a turtle. So I'm going to put a glue dot here. I like it when it's a little bit loose, so it kind of flops around like seaweed would, but not ridiculously. Okay, so I'm going to put him on with a little bit of white glue. Whoops. This glue is good because it's a little forgiving. You can see on the back there's a little piece of the sticky note that I used to hold it while I was cutting him out. Now he's got glue on the front. Oh geez. Alright, we're good. So let's just tuck him in there. Now, yesterday I forgot the Wink of Stella. I think a whale needs Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella is really glitter in a pen. And you can't really see it on camera, but it just adds a little sparkle to whatever you're adding Wink of Stella to. It would be cute on the seaweed too, actually. I like to put it on everything. Alright, so let's see. I don't really think we need a turtle. Let me just see. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. Turtle is being added. We actually have a pond when you come into our little subdivision, and there's a sign, turtle crossing, and we have to watch out for the baby turtles right now. And there's one log in the pond. We call it turtle log, and there's always, I don't know, sometimes there's 6, 7 turtles sitting there sunning themselves. All right, you're kind of a big deal. I think that's cute. This paper is just so sweet. And the embossing folder is really nice. Okay, so that's the first card. So we'll just slide it over here. The second one we're using soft sea foam. And again, we're using the embossing folder, which is going to go on the front of the card. So same dimensions, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just making sure I'm not missing comments. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I will try to get this up on my blog later today, but it might be tomorrow, to be honest. Then I used the largest circle. I'll just show you how I did it. So I took the largest circle and the second largest circle on a piece of soft seafoam, and you just lay them on in your Big Shot, and you can put a little post-it note to hold them, and then you run it through, and then you get a little frame. I happen to have a piece of cardstock in my little pile that was embossed, so it looks textured. I'm trying to make it look like a porthole, or if you're a scuba diver, maybe what you would see when you're looking through your mask. So I used these 2 sizes, just so you know. So then I used the large one again to cut out this paper with the little fish. So adorable. So we're going to make a little shaker card, if I'm doing this right. There's always a danger when you haven't made the card yet, and if you've watched me, you've seen me flub a few times, but that's good. It all makes it more interesting, because really it's paper. You can grab another piece, which I've had to do on several occasions. Now this kind of does have an upside and a downside, so make sure you don't put it upside down. I've done that before. I actually did one of my cards backwards on one of my videos and didn't even notice till I was showing it the next day. So I've gone ahead and I cut a window sheet out of the same size of circle, and I went ahead and added white glue beforehand because I wanted it to dry. And I will say, when you're using white glue with window sheets, it can get messy. So I wanted to make sure I had a nice clean one to use on our project. Okay, and then the little greeting that I did is, hoping all your birthday fishes come true. Isn't that just the cutest? And we're going to put it somehow, but we're going to add some seaweed and stuff. And then Shannon brought me these little starfish. So those are cute. Okay, so we're going to use the foam adhesive strips to put on the back of this piece to make our shaker card. And I'm not sure I should be doing this on a Facebook Live, but hey. So I just usually peel one off and then just go around. These ones are really good. They're really easy to do circles with. I'm saying that now. I should wait and tell you that at the end if it really was easy to do a circle with. And I think one time, Sue, you were asking what a shaker card was. So a shaker card has a little window sheet or a little window, and then you put little things inside that are going to shake around. And it's cute. Not ideal for mailing maybe, but hey, A+ for the cuteness factor. Okay, so let's just get all the way around here. You do want to make sure that it's nice and snug, otherwise your little things that you put in there are going to fall out. Now this should not be peeling off already, however it is. That's okay. Alright, got the cat pawing at me to get up on the chair. Our cat is 25, so she kind of rules the place. Alright, now before I do anything else, because this is going to go on here, and we're going to put our little shaker things inside. So I do want to add a couple of things to the back. I'm going to add a turtle, so I need a small one. Out of one little sheet of paper, you get quite a few turtles. I might have to use this one. Oh, this one's small too. And I'm going to use a little piece of seaweed. That one's cute. That one doesn't show up as well, but it's cute. I think oh, maybe this one. I'm being fussy now. I like this one. And it shows up, I think, pretty well. Oh, there is a little smaller one. Let me just try the window and see which one I think I'm going to like. I think let's make him the main guy. So I'm going to put him on with dimensionals. And then I'm going to put a little bit of seaweed. And I'm going to put one starfish. Shakers are really cool. Oh yes, seaweed with vellum. Good idea. I'll have to try that next time. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and I did see someone one time said you can do talcum powder around the edges of your dimensionals, although those don't seem sticky on the edge, or the edge of this so that it's not sticky, but then I will tell you it's not sticky, but then you have talcum powder all over your window sheet, so I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so now I'm going to add some seaweed. So this is obviously too big, so I'm going to cut it down. I think I'll do two different colors, so let's do one of this, and let's do bright green. Yeah, that's good. It's a nice contrast. So to tear them apart, you just need to kind of redefine the leaves. And if you did have a little coral, we did in one set we had, but I don't think I have it anymore. All right, that looks good, I think. Going to do this one more time because I want to make sure. That might be a bit tall. I'm going to trim it off a little bit more. I like when the little sea creatures are coming out of the seaweed. I don't know, that's just me. Now, I think they need to be on dimensionals. I have all these little pieces here, so here's a tiny little piece. Because if they're not, and the turtle is on dimensionals, I'm just thinking of something. How thick is that? Okay, it's going to be okay. I just had a thought that this could be the same height as this, and then it's just going to sit against the glass. That would be kind of dumb. Alright, I'm just going to find a tiny little piece of dimensional. Hopefully that is big enough to hold it. Now, the fun part is always getting those little things inside to stay. I have not developed a good system for this. I've tried to do it this way and turn this over, but I think the best way is to put them here and hope for the best. These are retired ones, Tranquil Textures Sprinkles. So they were from a sea set. I'm just going to add a few of these. I'm going to put them right in the middle. This is when I wish I had the little sprinkles from the set. Oh well. The trick is to keep them right in the middle. And then I have the flowers for every season, which are kind of the same color. So I'm just going to add a few of these. And I do have those ones that Shannon got me, but I'll just use these for now. Actually, I think just these would have been better. Oh well. You use whatever you have in your craft room. Hi Lise, you made it. We're making a shaker card. Is the intention, I will tell you if I'm successful. Alright. So now what we do is take this, unpeel it, and just stick it on. It seems so simple. I'm just going to have to pull it. No, I'll stand up. I just don't want to get my head in the way, but I really have to look down to make sure that I get it centered. Oh, so cute. So, Sue, that's what a shaker card is. I don't know why that one's stuck there, but okay. Now I can sit down. Alright, so now to put this on, I'm just going to use white glue. I do want to make sure that this is down pretty good. Alright, now we want to make sure our turtle is right side up. And so our seaweed is right side up as well. and that he's swimming where we want him to be swimming. And then we have our little happy birthday, and I was going to put one more piece of seaweed. Let's try Bermuda Bay. Alright, so now I'm going to have to figure out if I want to pop this up or if I'm just going to leave it flat. If I leave it flat, I would really have to put it here, I think. That's kind of cute. Alright, let's go with that, and we're going to use glue dots for all of this. So I'm going to use a glue dot to put this on. And you can decide if you want to cover up any of your window or not, but it doesn't really bother me. And you might need to roll some of your glue dots just to make sure they're not showing. Right, I think this is going to be cute. Oops, don't want to hide the writing. There. And you could put something else there. If you had a little, I wonder if there's a little, oh yeah, there is a little coral. That would be a bit tricky to cut out though. I'm just saying. Not sure I would have the patience for that. But something like that would look cute in front of the seaweed. But you would really have to cut it out. Or you could put another little turtle, but I don't know. How many turtles do we need here? I think that looks good. It would have been cute if there was little fishies, but there's not. You could maybe do a bow. No, let's just, oh, look what I forgot. Okay, we're putting one on the front. I meant to put this inside. There we go. It looks cute there. All right, so here's our 2 cards for today. And then I'll bring in the ones from yesterday. I always like to get a clean shot for Facebook. So, first card, You're Kind of a Big Deal, is like a fun fold. And again, focusing on the cute embossed folder. Yes, Lise, the embossing folder is really cute. And it's got so much texture and it's really, really pretty. Like if you look up close, it's probably hard to see on the camera, but it's got a lot of detail and a lot of different heights in the embossing, if that's the right word. And then hoping all your birthday fishes come true. Cute. And then obviously you can decorate the inside and do lots of other things. And then the ones we made yesterday with the window sheet. And just with the background scene. Oh, we didn't put any bling. Let's see if it needs any bling. You know me, I love my bling. We could put one, might not need it, but maybe this one. And maybe it doesn't need it, I don't know. Okay, good enough. Sometimes you need to step away from the card. All right, so there's our 2 from today. And here is our 2 from yesterday. So, thank you for joining me in my craft studio today. I love this set too, Shannon. It's so cute. Did you tell me to put the starfish? There is a delay from when I see the comments to when I've already gone ahead and done something. So, the starfish goes there. We could put one on here too. It would look cute maybe just down here. All right, so these 2 cards, our shaker card, our fold card, our window sheet, and our background. Thank you, Cindy. This set is really fun to play with, I must say. And I think it was it Fran that was on? No, it wasn't Fran. Somebody that was on yesterday, I think, lives near the ocean, so she was giving us tips on how not to get sick when you go whale watching. Now I know. All right, that's it for me for today. I hope you are joining me on my mission to make a card, send a card. Hello, Phyllis. We're just finishing. We made these 2 cards today. This fun fold, You're Kind of a Big Deal. And the shaker card, Hoping All Your Birthday Fishes Come True. We do kind of get stuck there, but I'm sure they'll unstick. And then our 2 that we made yesterday. So tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to be making, but it'll be something fun, guaranteed. All right, thank you for joining me. I hope you are joining me on my mission to make a card, send a card, and I know people would love to get these in the mail. All right, I'll see you again tomorrow, which is Wednesday at 3 o'clock for another Facebook Live in my craft studio. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.